The whole thing is a crime scene. I don't know where to start. I am actually, I don't know. I'm stressed.
Also tonight, some shocking revelations of massive looting on the government's digital payment platform, eCitizen. The Auditor General, Nancy Gathungu, has flagged irregular transactions worth 11 billion shillings, warning that the system exposed public funds to fraud, misappropriation and revenue leakages. Members of the National Assembly's Public Accounts Committee are now demanding an immediate shutdown of the platform, terming it a, quote, crime scene of monumental proportions. Emmanuel Toh was in Parliament and filed this report.
A special audit of the government's digital payments platform, eCitizen, has lifted the lid on alleged rot in its operations, exposing irregular and unexplained transactions that could cost taxpayers about 11 billion shillings. Shadowy individuals linked to the platform are at the center of the controversy.
Chair, I'm Deputy Auditor General.
Yes. The damning report tabled before the National Assembly's Public Accounts Committee Tuesday reveals that 7 billion shillings is being held improperly in collection and settlement accounts of service providers. The Auditor General warns that the service providers could be utilizing the funds at the expense of government service delivery. Another 2.5 billion shillings from the eCitizen platform was also unaccounted for. The report stating that unaccounted receipts were due to partial payments, erroneous payments, and duplicate payments. This now revealing a lack of revenue traceability and accountability, which could lead to misappropriation and fraud. Most baffling, however, was the unauthorized transfer of 127 million shillings from the 22222 paybill account to private individuals in a single day. Audit documents reveal that 4 such transactions were executed on January 25th, 2024.
For the 2 private entities that had been paid 127 million was under Wandabo Associates Limited, 63 million, and Gold Rock Capital Limited, also 63. The money was in exact equal.
Let's be sincere as Kenyans. This eCitizen is not supposed to be operational. From these findings of this audit report, that's the truth.
eCitizen platform is a scam. Chair, you've been able to read that there is no legal framework.
A quick company search revealed that Wandabo and Associate Limited, one of the firms that benefited, has only one registered shareholder. However, attempts to trace the ownership of Gold Rock Capital returned no results. The audit also flagged an over-collection of 1.8 billion shillings from the public, blaming it on failure to apply the prorated percentage charge on payments. Instead, a flat fee of 50 shillings per transaction was used, actively inflating the cost of government goods and services.
The whole thing is a crime scene. I don't know where to start. I am actually, I don't know. I'm stressed.
We are staring at a monumental scandal or monster.
The report further revealed that despite government claims of full ownership and control, the platform is still operated by Webmasters Limited, raising concerns over the security and misuse of public data. Questions have also emerged on why management of the system is split across 3 ministries instead of being domiciled under one. The Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly has now invited all the 3 cabinet secretaries with interactions with the eCitizen platform, including the CS for Treasury John Mbadi, the CS for Interior Kipchumba Murkomen, and the CS for ICT William Kabogo, to shed light on the alleged dark operations of the eCitizen platform that have kicked up a storm.
Ministry of Education, there is a problem. Treasury, there is a problem. Health share management system, there is a problem. We are better off if we do not want to apply technology. We go manual, Mr. Speaker. I hope the Minister for the CS for ICT is listening to me. Mr. Speaker, I keep on talking ICT matters in this House because I'm an expert in this area. But I am saddened that the people who run ICT matters in this country are clueless people. They do not understand this technology, Mr. Speaker. Starting from CA, the Ministry of ICT, ICT Authority, and everyone else who is involved, including the CS himself, the PS, they do not understand technology, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, even as we talk about digital economy, if we have the wrong people in these offices, we will not achieve the vision that we have in promoting digital economy and hence the economy of this country. This morning, I was listening to the news about e-citizen. How on earth could you allow a private institution to have a deal in managing a system that serves the entire country, a system that is actually the backbone of our e-government in this country, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, I think we are not serious as a country. The other day I saw the Ministry of Education now has changed from NEMIS to KEMIS. It was just a simple name change. There was nothing major, Mr. Speaker. And billions of money has been spent. Even the system, Mr. Speaker, we have talked about this for ages. It is still has a lot of flaws and nothing seems to be working in terms of application of technology in government. In fact, the last serious attempt to ensure we have proper e-governance platform was during President Kibaki's time. The e-government processes in government have died, Mr. Speaker. So when we sit here and we are told, even in TSC, there is a problem. Ministry of Education, there is a problem. Treasury, there is a problem. Health share management system, there is a problem. We are better off if we do not want to apply technology. We go manual, Mr. Speaker. Instead of wasting money, wasting taxpayers' money to pretend to be doing technology when we are doing nothing, Mr. Speaker.
Well, tonight, fresh revelations from the Auditor General before National Assembly's Parliament Public Accounts Committee has painted a grim reality of the government's e-citizen platform. The platform that was meant to streamline government payment services is now emerging as a bottomless sinkhole where billions of shillings seem to vanish without a trace. From unauthorized revenue diversion to irregular payments, the integrity of the digital system cannot be guaranteed. NTV senior reporter Ibrahim Karanja brings us the shocking e-citizen heist.
They still have to.
Towards the end of the year 2022, President William Ruto'S administration introduced the 22222 pay bill number through a gazette notice. This was to be the official channel for all government payments. The idea was aimed at centralizing transactions, sealing existing loopholes and fighting corruption. But by November 2024, what started as a policy shift had turned into a presidential ultimatum.
They have 1 week to comply. Otherwise, they know what to do.
250 days after this presidential ultimatum, and months after all government agencies had migrated to the platform, the Auditor General has emerged with damning revelations. In a report on a special audit of government digital payments platform e-Citizen, currently before the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly, the Auditor General has flagged a series of inconsistencies in settlement reports. For instance, settlement reports for the Tourism Fund generated from the platform for the period ending June 30th, 2024 was in excess of 2.23 billion shillings, which was due, whereas the settlement collations totaled to 1.72 billion shillings, leaving more than 515 million shillings. The report further highlights irregular payments for the support and maintenance contract of the system, where a company named as Electronic Citizen Solutions Limited, which is not part of the contract between the ICT Authority and Webmasters Kenya Limited and PesaFlow Limited, was paid more than 492 million shillings and more than 414,000 in US dollars for the maintenance. The Auditor General has further termed as irregular the payment of 142 million shillings and 414,000 US dollars for gateway services. The auditor says that the government should not pay for use of its own platforms. A bank account named PesaFlow, which had up to the point of this audit not been listed by the Treasury as one of the approved collection accounts, was found to have collected receipts of 68.7 million Kenyan shillings and 48,000 US dollars. This means that the PesaFlow account was irregularly used to collect government monies.
Sorry, add also this electronic.
On January 25th, 2024, there were also 4 unauthorized transfers from the M-Pesa pay bill 22222 to private accounts. The 4 transactions amounted to more than 127 million shillings.
For the 2 private entities that had been paid 127 million was under Wandabo Associates Limited 63 million and Gold Rock Capital Limited also 63.
The convenience fee has also been flagged as a cash cow, whereas the Gazette notice required a nominal administrative fee be charged per transaction, which was to be a prorated percentage of the amounts paid. The National Treasury did not establish a prorating band, leaving the convenience fee to 50 Kenyan shillings or $1 per transaction. As a result, 1.8 billion Kenya shillings and more than $3,300 were irregularly collected.
This is a record of a monumental scandal. This is total fraud. And we will not be going anywhere if we don't get to the bottom of it. And the PSS will not help us. We want to know who's behind these companies.
You know, these days people are not stealing from banks using guns. They are still using these systems. We need the CS for Interior here. We need the CS for Treasury here. The CS for ICT together with their PSS chair so that we can be able to interrogate this report.
Bring out the people who have manufactured this fraud, because it's a fraud, are not mentioned.
There was also an overcharge amount of over 30 million Kenya shillings and 319 million Kenya shillings for collections made through the previous payment gateway and the new payment gateway respectively.
Whatever we are doing in this platform is either we don't know what we are doing or we are just beating around the bush.
Maswali kichwani this beautiful morning. Parliament summons Treasury's PS Chris Kipto after the Auditor General revealed that 44.8 billion collected through e-Citizen was unaccounted for.
Okay.
44.8 billion unaccounted for collected kupitia katika mtandao wa e-Citizen. Tena e-Citizen ndio kwa hivi sasa chochote kile ambacho utakuwa unalipa kwa serikali pale vile malipo unafanya kupitia katika mtandao wa e-Citizen.
Ndio.
So point number 1,
ndio,
the money was collected.
Yes.
According to Auditor General.
Yes.
The money
was collected.
Okay. So point number 2, somebody received the money.
Okay.
Because when you are collecting kumaanisha kwamba you have received the money.
It's true.
Ushaona.
Okay.
44.8 billion. Now my question, kama ziko accounted and accounted for, hazijulikani ziko upande gani? Who is this person that collected that money? After that person, he or she collected this money, aliziweka wapi?
Yes.
Ushaona?
Yes.
Can he or she answer those questions? I collected this money,
yes,
nikazieka kwa hii bagi,
Dio,
nikazieka kwa hii akaunti, nikazieka kwa hii mkebe.
Dio.
Can we get this person? I explain. Ushaona?
What happened after the collection?
After the collection, because the money was collected.
So, and this is not cash money, it is wired money.
Yes, wired money.
Wired money is traceable.
Yes.
You know when it is wired, iko katika manake watu wanalipa e-Citizen kupitia kwa M-Pesa, exactly, na njia zingine ambazo ziko through the wire.
Exactly.
Are you getting? It's not cash money. Yes. Cash money unaweza kusema labda nilikuwa nimebeba nikaibiwa.
Yes.
Ama nilikuwa nimebeba zikapotea mahali. And so it is traceable.
You can't trace the money. And kwa sababu ni pesa ambayo ni ya public, ni kumanisha kwamba inakwendaga straight kwa account fulani.
Ndio.
There is an account,
yes,
ya e-Citizen pali chapa ikiingia. Haiwezi kwenda tu katika hewa. Lazima ikuwe deposited somewhere.
It's true.
So do we know the account? Can we see the account kama pesa ilipotea? Ni kumanisha kwamba mtu ali withdraw the money. Because there are only 2 ways. You can only deposit,
yes,
and withdraw the money. After depositing, you withdraw the money. So can we trace and know, je, he 44.8 billion ni nani ambaye ali withdraw cha mwisho? He is citizen. Ni nani anayehandle? Ni treasurer ama nani? Ndio swali kichwani.
Tena kwa mpigo zaidi.
So the platform is owned by the government. Yes, the platform called eCitizen is 100% owned by the government.
The software that you developed is owned by the government?
The software that we developed is licensed to the government.
Okay.
So you own it?
We own our intellectual property.
Okay.
But the government has its license to scale and improve its version of the system.
Is it in
give
perpetuity?
Them the right to use it.
The right to customize the version of the software to their liking and to the local laws.
Okay.
And for that, we cannot be able to move the Kenyan version to any other market.
Can you rescind it at any point? The license?
The Kenyan license is owned license by the government.
Oh, it's an owned license.
Yes, it's an owned license.
Okay.
So in the future, other people can still be able to improve on it. But it is compiled at this particular time, and they are the ones who are running it.
When you developed it, were you paid?
We were paid for the initial pilot, and this was $76K US. At that time, it was like 7.6 million for the initial 10 services.
And then?
But you realize our intention at that time was to prove concept. So we didn't know that 10 services is such a small number when it came to even just NTSA. So in the initial terms of reference, it was just 3 services from NTSA. The moment you get in, you realize one service called driver's license has more than 15 other add-ons that all work together. So we now started just incorporating this additional just to prove the concept.
For more money.
So the pilot was partially funded, because I could say most of it we funded it ourselves.
Okay.
Yes.
Since then, how do you get paid?
Currently, we have a contract with the government, and the government pays us as per the contract agreement.
Wakenya, eCitizen, Government Payment Service. Hey, mutashangaa. Another intel that the government has been drawing some money from eCitizen. Now, you remember eCitizen is charging 50 shillings per every service that a Kenyan gets. And Kenyans more than 400,000 visit eCitizen daily. That is almost 18 million Kenyan shillings that the government is getting as a service fee on eCitizen. In a year, that is almost 8.5 billion Kenyan shillings. 8.5 billion Kenyan shillings, and the books of the government cannot account for such amount of money.
Where the Kenyan people have reached William Ruto, even if he built gold roads to everybody's single home, to every home he builds gold roads, gold paved roads, you will not reclaim that lost ground. It's gone. That ground has gone. It will never go back to William Ruto. No amount of child donations will change the public perception. William Ruto is trying to fool God. He cannot fool God. God is omnipresent and he can see through this. And he knows his intention even before. It will not work. That is why you saw Kenyans coming out in their numbers to go and demonstrate at that church in Roysam. And it's because of his handling of the economic situation of the nation.
To those who believe politics doesn't affect them, I hope today has taught you how politics affect you directly.
Ruto simpigi kura. Amenajisi nchi. Bila kutumia hata kondom.
This is Selector Dede.
Wanadhani ya si bongo lala, ikikupita we bongo lala, na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasoza. Akijikuku mewaka sana, na mabisto na chafua raja, na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasoza. Hakuna boka, peleke shuleni watasoma, madaktari wamegoma, hapa sani Yesu atatuponya. Wambie punde imechoka sana, farasi bado ijapatikana. Ni mandai wanagonya na mali wanaponda, unakonda wananona. Maandamano, 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 amise maandamano, maandamano, maandamano,
Jam down shuffle.